good?
Am I good now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. 31 minutes in. Here we go.
Is it better now? Vince, better now?
Yeah, you're fine. Start the show.
I turned it all the way up, you fucking asshole. So
I'm not paying attention.
yeah, welcome to producing.
That's perfect. That's fine.
Okay, goodbye. Welcome to episode 74 of Damn it,
It's a little loud.
Oh my God.
Chris Hansen here, and I'm going to need you all to take a seat right over there and check out Birds versus Boys.
I think you're completely right here, and I hate it.
Hey, idiots. Stop doing dumb things. I got 2 phones. Upset alert. Upset alert. I might go insane.
I think you're already there.
There's no hope. Hope is
Dude,
gone.
no.
If this was an AFC North podcast, we'd be done in 15 minutes. Bob Hope. I'm going to drink bleach. That it?
Be the team you promised me you were going to be this year!
This is the Consciously Hopeful podcast.
I'll be watching.
Is that better, Vince? Is that good for your little ears? Does that sound good? Is it like ASMR?
Yeah, fuck. All right. Welcome to episode 73 of Birds vs. Boys. We are just 1 week away from actual NFL football when the Dallas Cowboys open the season in Tampa against the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're almost there, Aiden. We've almost made it.
This is technically the last week without a game preview.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
It is.
The next game preview that we will do will drop on the day of a Cowboys game.
Which is
So,
wild to me.
That's wild to think about. It feels like it's like far away, and it's really about literally 7 days away.
Especially after the day we've had today. The day you've had today.
Listen, this is just insane and apocalyptic. First of all, I strained my back at the gym. I am old. You know how when you buy a house, you have it for a while, and for a decade you're fine, and then everything breaks all at once?
Mm-hmm.
Picture that, like your dry cleaner or your air conditioner, your dishwasher, your dryer, everything all breaks at once. Picture that, but with my body.
Yeah,
that is what is happening to me.
You're not even close yet, buddy.
Oh, bud. Oh,
Just
man.
wait.
I might be the first person to join the 27 club without drugs. Just gone.
Yep.
Based off everything that's happening. And then it flooded and tornadoed at the same time today in Philadelphia. You got hit. You lost power before the show. I drove through a flood. They closed the highway.
Almost died.
This was insane.
My basement started flooding as we wanted to start the show. My wife was asking me to take our basement couch all the way upstairs. Vince had one teeny drop of water on his windowsill. I'll sleep down here to guard the basement tonight.
All right, good.
Huh. We got water coming in too, guys.
What are you going to do?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's water.
Yeah. If there's water, I'll just hold the couch up like this. I'll just hold it there.
Bring it upstairs.
The couch?
Yeah.
Did you not see
Water
the...
coming through the windowsill.
Yeah, let's just... Yeah, Lisa just wants
Coming
to...
through cracks in the
Lisa
wood.
just wants me to carry our couch up to our family room
Shut the
tonight.
fuck up.
The chaos that's ensuing.
Chaos. All hell
It
is
was-
breaking loose.
Pure pandemonium right before the show started. It was comical, but also we dodged trouble.
Yes. we
Like
did.
when I was driving home, I was like, this is hilarious how much my life sucks. And then like you at one point, your father-in-law was like, yeah, you guys got to go to Home Depot. Your whole basement's going to flood. We were dangerously close to not having a show.
Yeah.
I was dangerously close to not making it to football season.
Or recording a show at midnight tonight. And hey,
Yeah.
we're not out of the woods yet. It is still outside, windy and rainy, so we could still lose power.
We've given Vince the go ahead that wherever this cuts is where it cuts. If we lose power, just release that as the show.
And luckily, Vince was recording for 30 minutes before.
Yes. So I'm sure you will hear some behind the scenes of Kevin's near basement flood.
Yeah.
As well as us complaining about the day that was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy. We almost didn't make it to football season. We almost didn't have an episode, which would have sucked because we actually have a good one. And we have important information before we start.
Mm-hmm. Least of which is Hard Knocks. So we can lead off with Hard Knocks. Very, very small. The last couple episodes we've done very intensive and inclusive Hard Knock episode recap. I think we just got to chalk this season up as an L.
Yeah, it sucks. It's just not entertaining me at all.
No.
It's kind of hard where I'm like almost pushing myself to watch it for the sake of this show, and it's not drawing me in. I tend to fade off anyways, just because we get close enough to football season that I'm not watching it because I'm ready for real football. But yeah.
Well, especially like this episode where they're talking about the players on the bubble, but we already know who's been cut in real life.
It's weird this year. The schedule does not match up that well. It's like they went right into preseason, and it's because they had like the Canton Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yeah, it's messed up. It's like the weeks are delayed.
It's so this latest episode, Vince, you can pull up my tweet of what I said here, but it's very true. Aiden, I don't know if you saw this or not.
I'm seeing it now.
Isaac Alacone and Azor Kamara's mothers have gotten more airtime on Hard Knocks than Michael Gallup and the entire rookie class, one of which is a rapper and the other which went to Last Chance U. What are we doing?
You've really been pushing these rookie cornerbacks not getting the proper time that they need.
Like we've said it. Like he drafted for Hard Knocks, and then they're using this mothers that's just screaming my ear off in Spanish during the games. It's all nice. Kamara's walking his mom around the pro shop, and she's asking him where his jersey is, and he's like, I didn't even make the team yet, so they don't have my jersey. It's all cute, it's fun, it's nice, but play the hits. Like, give us what we want to hear. And the only, I guess, part that was enjoyable was, again, Micah being just an adorable, likable child almost when he was playing Connect 4 with Leighton Vander Esch and just whooping Leighton Vander Esch's ass. And he was so intense in Connect 4, just staring it down. And as soon as Leighton put one down, he goes, really? You just gave the game away. Bang. And he's like, you got to watch my moves and your moves because I'm watching your moves and my moves. It was just, he was so into it.
He's so competitive because even when it's like you saw in the previous episode where he was playing chess, like even when he's not on the football field, he has to be competing doing something.
It was awesome. All right. Not going to waste any more time on Hard Knocks. I have a few Cowboys points before we get into the bulk of our show. Obviously, cut downs have happened. The 53-man rosters for all teams are set, sort of, because there's guys on COVID reserve, and then some guys on teams are going to be going to IR. So guys that were cut maybe coming back. It's all still in flux. I'm not going to go through every guy that was cut because obviously all of you have the internet. You can just go right on your phone and see the names. But a couple guys, one, Ben DiNucci, RIP. The Nooch is not loose anymore, but they did bring him back.
Forgotten.
They brought him back on the practice squad. So he's not out of the building. He's still here.
Close.
It was kind of, so then it came down to Cooper Rush and Garrett Gilbert. Gilbert kind of was the leader in the clubhouse all off season. When Dak went down, he was QB1, and then he had one bad half of a preseason game, and they kind of just were like, okay, well, bye. And they stayed with Cooper Rush, who has never started one NFL game ever. And he got cut from the Giants and came back to Dallas. So he will never win you a football game. I think the Cowboys probably have top 3 worst backup quarterback situation. Then they went out today and picked up Will Grier on waivers. I loved Will Grier when he was at West Virginia. He was fun, but he's been terrible in the league. He's also not going to win you a game if that goes down. I don't know if you know this, he was in Florida for a year when Will Nussmeier was the offensive coordinator, who is now the Cowboys quarterback coach. So it always connects.
Didn't he take Osterine and he got kicked out of Florida?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He went to West Virginia. Yeah. So not a wow move. Could Cam come there? I don't think the Cowboys will do that. Maybe we'll talk about that later.
I was about to say, to be determined if he does.
Stay tuned in the show. And then a couple more things. Darien Thompson. Tell the people if they've never listened before, Aiden, how much I love Darien Thompson.
Good riddance, pal. See ya.
Bye-bye. But they also kept him on the practice squad, so he is not out of the building either. And then the running back position. Obviously, you had Zeke, you had Pollard. They lost Rico Dowdle, who was having a hell of a camp, was really entrenched as the RB3. He was going to contribute this year. He goes down, and that was in Hard Knocks too. He was like limping around in practice, and he's like, "Yeah, I feel like tight." And the coach is like, "Oh, like your hip's tight?" He's like, "Yeah, hip, groin. It's just I don't know." And he was like limping around, and then the guy, he's like, "It wasn't tight. His hip was fractured." I'm like, how do these guys just he's just running around on a fractured hip? But so he's done for the year. And then Hardy and Knox, the other running backs, just didn't do anything for them. So the Cowboys today signed ex-Super Bowl hero for the Philadelphia Eagles, Corey Clement. He was released by the Giants. And now he comes to Dallas. He fills the void of a RB3. And I think his special teams ability will help them out as well. So, I don't think Philadelphia is going to be too upset, but still kind of, I'm sure, sucks to see.
I think it eased the blow that he went to the Giants first. Now he's basically like the Washington football team away. Yes. Vince is in shambles. Aside from the fact that his cat won't shut the hell up.
Yeah.
And his basement is, or not his basement, his apartment is leaking from the 15th floor.
Yes.
And Corey Clement, his hero, is on the Cowboys. So it's been a rough day for all of us here at Birds vs. Boys.
Vince, I will get you I'll get you a jersey.
Hey, speaking of jerseys, I wanted to bring this up. This is a good time to be serious for a second before I do some Eagles points. Branded Sports was suspended. The bad boys of the internet were taken down.
Taliban,
okay. ISIS, okay. Branded Sports, no. So we created a new account. If you follow that account,
Branded
retweet,
Sports _
Branded Sports _ thank you. And then also comment and follow, retweet that tweet and comment. Puts you in the running for either $500 or tickets to the Eagles Cowboys game. And that's one thing going on.
We got so much going on.
I was about to say. A second similar giveaway. Pay attention because these are two different ones. It's like we're back in school. Birds vs. Boys Pod, our Twitter account. If we get to 1,000 followers by the beginning of the season, pay close attention because we just said how close that is. Same rules apply. Follow at Birds vs. Boys Pod. Retweet the tweet. Tag the person you would also like to follow. Tag a friend. Tag a buddy. Tag somebody who would be interested.
Tag your mom.
Tag your mom. Tag my mom. If you do, it puts you in the running for a Devontae Smith jersey or a Micah Parsons jersey, depending on which team you root for, or if you're like me and love both with all of your heart. So, Branded Sports _ correct?
Yes. Branded Sports _
Branded Sports _ It's different from before. Retweet, follow, comment. You can win $500 of tickets to the game. Birds vs. Boys Pod. Retweet, follow, comment. It could win you the jersey of your choice between Devontae Smith and Micah Parsons, the two rookies. Chose those because obviously you're probably going to hold on to those for a long time. Or at least for like 5 years until the star athlete in Philadelphia has a falling out in the city and no longer wants to be here. But I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to be serious for 2 seconds. Are we good? Can we go back to not being serious?
Yeah, look at that graphic for a 34-year-old old man to be able to make
sick,
that.
I'm not going to lie.
That's a good looking graphic right there. Not going to lie. All right. Let's get into Eagles. That's really all I have for the Cowboys. Just excited to get the season going and have them lose by 17 in Tampa.
We'll do predictions next week. Quick Eagles points. So the rosters are set. I'm glad justice has been served. Jalen Hurts is QB1. He deserved it. He got a ringing endorsement for Nick Sirianni. Sirianni just this whole competition thing, I think people are starting to really get it. Jordan Mailata, he is also Tackle 1, if that's a thing. He's a starting left tackle. He clearly beat out Andre Dillard. But they're promoting competition, and I think everybody is on board with it. The one that people are scratching their heads at, JJ Arcega-Whiteside has somehow made this team again. I have no clue how. He is a loser. He is the Vince Velasquez of this team. Get this loser energy, get the loser stench out of my city. I am done with the losers. If you were involved in the era of being bad on your team, I do not want you. You represent being bad. Roman Quinn, Scott Kingery, Vince Velasquez, get them so far away from the Phillies. Send them to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Send them to the Seattle Mariners. I do not care where. JJ Arcega-Whiteside. I do not care that he is valuable on the special teams. I can find 60 guys who can run down the field at full force on a touchback. That's fine. I don't care. Get this loser off of my team.
I think you could do that with your pulled back.
Yes, I could. I got a bad knee. I got a bad back. I can run down the field. It's going to be a touchback on 80% of them anyway. He is a loser. Get the loser stench off of my team. I'm done with the losers. I'm done with the losers. That was my rant on that. Everything else, I think 52 of 53, not bad. I think everyone's on board. It is the one thing in the city right now where everyone seems to be on board with this team, and I think it's because we have the lowest expectations possible. We are also on board with the fact that we traded Matt Pryor, who sucked, got a 6th-round pick, and then also traded a 6th-round pick for Gardner Minshew, who everyone seems to like. The Eagles somehow would have never guessed this last January, probably have the highest approval rating in the city right now.
Wow.
What a difference 6 months makes.
I mean, all he had to do was dunk the ball.
All he had to do was dunk the ball. It's 34% from the free throw line in the playoffs. And you want to leave. We're the problem. You think the coach isn't defending you hard enough. Unfreaking real.
Do you want to just pub that real quick? Your other pod where people can listen about that?
We are back at Drunk Off PNR. The city of Philadelphia, once we are out of this flood, do not forget that we are at war with Clutch Sports. We are at war with Rich Paul. Rich Paul hates charity. He hates kids. He probably should be in prison for those traumatic acts. He is a war criminal. We are at war with him. Do not forget.
We love being at war.
This country, listen, it's been like 2 weeks since we've been in a war, so we got to go back.
We're back, baby.
We're back. We had to find somebody to go to war with.
All right. Anything else, Eagles, before we move on to our annual division winners / over-unders episode?
No, let's get into this. This will be the main portion of the show, and I think it was one of the funnest episodes we did last year. Is it most fun or funnest?
Most fun.
Most fun?
Most fun.
Okay. I think I said funnest.
That works. That works still.
Catch Temple play Rutgers tonight because that's where I got my education at.
Oh, real quick too, Vince, when you're watching back and forming and doing all your magic on the show, if you see any sort of like thing floating around me or ghost, you let me know because twice this week TV has just randomly turned on in our basement when no one is around. So trying to figure out if there is a ghost living in my podcast studio. So if
there's a ghost and a flood.
Yeah. Forgot to mention that earlier. All right. There was awesome. Right side or left side? Was there this side? Okay.
No offense. I don't want your house to be haunted, but it would be great for content if a ghost just walked through you.
Can you imagine? Just like right behind.
I think we could Photoshop that in. Hey, listen, it's better than getting hit by a tornado, which was on the table today on the docket. But no, let's get into this. This is a big episode. We like to do this right before the season, right before the first week when we start actually breaking down games.
Yep.
So I believe we are starting with our over-unders club. Kevin was kind enough to put together a list of teams we should focus on. Vince was kind enough to put together a spin the wheel. So basically how it's going to work is we're going to take some of these over and unders on this team. Vince is going to pull up his wheel, his name generator here. It'll spin. We're going to choose one of these teams, and we're going to give the over under. And then Kevin has a document that has the over and under, so we'll provide it to you as well, so you know what we are going off of. Where'd you get the information at? Are we allowed to say?
Are we allowed to plug the it was something that rhymed with Schmashmings.
Schmashmings?
Yes.
That's okay. I think they're all right.
Yeah.
We like to bet at Viget. We had a great month.
Yeah.
Me and Eddie brought this up last night. The Birds vs. Boys podcast. Did you see that we finished top 4?
Did we all?
I believe so.
Let me see.
I think James snuck in there, but that's okay because we like James a lot.
Yep. Oh, Vince 3, me 4, you 5.
God damn it!
There's
Sorry,
some guy
guys.
named Franklin Robinson who's first. I don't know.
No, isn't that the administrator?
Oh, maybe.
Wait, did he take over for Eddie?
Yeah,
Eddie
he's
was in
first.
Wow.
Eddie's. I don't even see Eddie in here.
You might be in the wrong league.
No.
Anyway, I had fun.
Oh,
And it continues this month.
18 and 9. Yeah, Eddie is leading. James is second. Vince third. You 4, me 5.
Ah, so you're the guy who screwed it up
18 and 9. You went 14 and 5.
and won.
I don't bet enough coins. I need to figure out the coin stuff.
I told you from the start on March Madness, the coins are impossible.
Yes.
You cannot figure out the math.
No idea. All right,
But
Vince.
I still like it.
Spin the wheel.
Let's spin it our first time and see what we got. Oh, all right.
Great team.
This is a great one to start with.
Shout out to our guy, Colin Thompson, made the 53. He's back on the Panthers. I talked to him today. He said, hope you all are doing well. Thank you, Colin. So
I'm
the
happy.
Panthers.
Well earned and well deserved.
Completely. I think we both like this team. We both like the coach. We both like a lot of their players. So they are set at 7.5 wins this season. Aiden?
I'm taking the over. We know the trajectory with Matt Rule teams. They're going to be bad year 1 as he implants his system. Year 2, you're going to see significant improvement, but they're not going to be a contender. Year 3 is when they really take off. The over and under for them is 7.5 wins. I think they sit right there at mediocrity at 8 or 9 wins. Remember, it's a 17-game season, so I could see them being 8 and 9 or 9 and 8. Do I think they make the playoffs? Unfortunately, I don't think that they do. Obviously, being in a division with the Buccaneers is tough, but I still think they show stride this year. It'll help having Christian McCaffrey healthy.
Over. Give me the over for the Panthers. Sam Darnold is going to come out of his shell. He has weapons around him. He's never played with a guy like McCaffrey. Robbie Anderson got paid. He wants a ball out, and this team is going to be tough as nails playing for Matt Rule. Give me the over. And we got to remember, we got 17 games now. So they have that one extra game to try and sneak another win in. Okay.
Let's spin that wheel one more time. Hopefully,
Wish there was sound
land on
effects.
Panthers again.
Titans.
Ooh, all right. We switch over to the AFC.
Tennessee Titans are sit at 9 wins. So I'm going over here.
Okay.
I was looking at their schedule, and I think they can easily. I mean, they don't have so they open at home against the Cardinals, which I think they should win. Then they go to Seattle. That's always a tough game. Home against the Colts, not going to be easy. But then they go at the Jets, at the Jaguars, should be back-to-back wins. But then they have a gauntlet here. Home against the Bills, home against the Chiefs, at the Colts, at the Rams, home against the Saints.
I mean, that's not fun.
No, but then they have Texans at home, at the Patriots, home against the Jags, at the Steelers, home against the Niners, home against the Dolphins, finish in Houston. It's not easy.
It's not easy, but the Colts and the Titans, they're two teams, and you can see the Colts are on the wheel as well. They have the benefit of playing 4 games against the Texans and the Jags. So realistically, if you don't have 4 wins out of that, that's a problem right there.
Yep.
So you look at it, the over and under is 9. I took the over as well because I think they scream a 10-7 team. 10-7 team. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of fighting back and forth with the Colts for the division again. They made the improvement with Julio on offense. I loved Julio, but at the same time, it's getting to the point where he's 32. We got to start worrying about injuries. So
Yep.
is that a vast improvement? I don't know. So I'll take the over. I think they sit there at 10-7.
Couldn't agree more. Oh, is that some sound I hear?
Ooh. All right. We're getting into the NFC East with the Washington football team. This is a great one. Wow.
Look at this.
Little sound effects.
All right. Washington football team set at 8.5, Aiden.
I have the over on this one as well. So I think their problem last year was they could not find somebody to play quarterback. It is truly amazing that they started the year with Dwayne Haskins as their starting quarterback. That is just remarkable considering where we are at today and the difference a year makes.
Yep.
But with Ryan Fitzpatrick, it gives them somewhat of stability at the position. They obviously have one of the best defenses in the league. Everyone's high on Antonio Gibson this year, as they probably should be. So I think they're another team, like how we were just talking about with the Panthers and the Titans, where are they going to pull away and win a division? Probably not, but they're going to be fluttering around 9 wins. So when they're sitting here at 8.5, I can absolutely see 9-8, and max maybe 10-7.
Yep. With that defense that they have, it's going to keep them in a lot of ball games. And Fitzmagic's going to win a lot for them, but he's also going to lose a lot for them. So that's why I'm thinking that 9-8, 10-7 type year they're going to have. And those still just don't feel right saying 10.
Yes.
And it just
Yeah. When doing these over and unders, you're like, wait a second. They play 17 teams.
Yeah.
17 times now.
So we're all overs right now.
Yep. I will say I do have a few unders, but
I do.
all right, here we go again. Our fourth spin of the wheel. Oh,
Colts.
the Colts. All right.
So the Colts are also set at 9 wins. I think this is going to be a good team as long as Carson Wentz stays healthy. Their defense is nasty. I think Pittman is going to take the next step as an elite weapon. They're going to run the hell out of the ball. I have them at over. I think they can get to 11 wins on the season.
Okay. Something rare is about to happen on this show. I'm going to criticize Carson Wentz.
Uh-oh.
It is insane to me to believe that some magic man in the sky is going to wave a magic wand and prevent you from getting a virus. Think about how stupid and absurd that belief is. There's some magic all being just up there preventing you from getting sick.
Then why
instead
does
of
sickness
taking
come?
Exactly. And you know what? You know what the actual miracle is? That in less than a year, we were able to create a safe and effective vaccine for this virus. That is the miracle from the magic man in the sky that you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Being anti-vax on a team is so selfish and so dumb. And I know some people, just because it's uninformed, and I know it's probably because of him, and I know it's the same for Kirk Cousins, it's out of religion, and it's just like, you don't believe in science because you believe that God always has your back. Guess what? God does have your back.
Science.
God created science. That's why you are living in the miracle. You are living in a time where they can create a vaccine that's safe and effective in less than a year. The best, what's that saying about availability?
The best ability is availability.
Is available. And
that
again,
that's a big reason why Cam Newton was cut. And also why other play, like any fringe player, if you're not vaccinated, man, bye.
Yeah, like I don't understand why people are getting upset with Urban Meyer, the fact that he took in COVID vaccine status as part of roster cuts. Like, no shit. Every coach wants you to be available. If you're not going to be available and you can't play, look at all the instances. There's always an instance like once every season where a guy doesn't know where his helmet is. How quickly does that coach say, know what? All right, nope, you're done.
Right.
That's it.
Yep.
Like that's how quick it goes in the NFL. That's how quick your time goes. So if you're not vaccinated, they're just not going to wait around. Especially if you're a fringe guy.
Yep.
They're not going to be like, oh, so this guy's unvaccinated. Then he gave it to 6 other people on the team, and now all of a sudden we're in trouble.
Yep.
Like they're just not going to deal with that. They do not care. This is the NFL. This is a business. Your livelihood is. This is like how you get paid now. The coaches are fighting for their job in a rare position where there's only 32 spots. They do not care.
Nope. They
So
just
that is
wanna
my
win,
criticism
baby.
of Carson Wentz. I still think they hit over 9 wins, but it's been a rocky training camp so far. I can't say I'm over the moon with ending up on the COVID list because you didn't get the vaccine. When you're on this new team and you need all the time you can get with your new team, you had the foot injury and recovered quickly from it. So it looks like you're out of the woods, and then you put yourself behind the 8 ball again. They should be over 9 wins. They keep getting in their own way of this. And I do agree with you. Last point on them. I think Michael Pittman is now the guy and takes over for T.Y. Hilton. Next team up.
Jaguars.
This was perfect timing.
All right, they are sit at 6.5. Trevor Lawrence showed that he can be the truth the other day against the Dallas Cowboys second and third stringers. Actually, no, he did it against the 2 rookie cornerbacks that they drafted this year.
Hey, were they on Hard Knocks at all?
For like a half a second, literally. But the moms were on. So I just, there's a big learning curve. This was the worst team in the league last year. If they can get to even 6 wins, 5 wins, that's a big day. So I'm going under 6.5 here. I think I could see them maybe squeak out 5 or 6 if Trevor Lawrence figures it all out, and so does Urban Meyer. But yeah, I'm going under 6.5.
I'm going under as well. I feel bad for Trevor Lawrence. I kind of almost feel bad for Urban Meyer because he's taking a lot of the flack. It's just a bad team. There's a reason they drafted first overall. It's not something that you can construct, even as good as Trevor Lawrence is. It's not a team that you can construct successfully overnight in one year. I think they don't even come close to 7 wins, sitting there at over under 6.5. I say under all the way with the Jags this year.
Under.
We've had a lot of the AFC South. Let's see where we go from here.
Yep, did that already. So we'll just go Giants.
Yeah, I was about to say we'll go. Giants was next on the wheel. Kevin, would you like to go first? Because I have a feeling we know where I'm going.
Yeah, so Giants are set at 7. I'm going over here. I think they could win 8 games. I think they could be better than people might think. That may just be me being optimistic to hope that they suck. It also could be that I have Saquon Barkley in my big fantasy league. I don't know, maybe. I want them to suck. I want them to be bad, which means they're going to try and find a way to win. But if they can protect the quarterback, I think he's going to be okay. But that's the biggest issue. Like Will Hernandez has been a failure. The Solder free agency move was a disaster for them. So I don't know. I'm right on that fringe where I could say even, I could go under, but I'm gonna go over.
I'm gonna go under, seeing as they're gonna go 0-17. You just can't have a loser like Joe Judge as your coach and expect any type of success. Daniel Jones is a nerd, but really I think it starts at the top with the culture that Joe Judge has created, and just being a sore loser and just being having a loser personality. I see it being a struggle for them to win once the entire season.
Only a few more here.
Crazy that was our first repeat.
All right, we're going to go Texans.
Yeah, let's do Texans. This will be another interesting one. We've cleared the entire AFC South, which is really funny.
It is. So the Texans are set at 4. This team is a complete disaster. Who's going to be their quarterback? I don't know. Who else is going to do anything for them? I don't know. I'm going under 4 wins. It's going to be a terrible, 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 ugly, awful football team.
I'm going under as well. I mean, if Deshaun Watson doesn't play, which it doesn't look like he is, this team is a train wreck. This could be awful. This could truly be a 1-16 or 2-15 team. They just don't have any talent. They're just not good.
They're going to go from Deshaun Watson to Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he's not going to be Sam Howell.
Sam Howell?
Yeah.
Yeah, the kid from UNC. I like his game, though.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
I think he'll be really good.
I do, too.
I think he can sling it a little bit. UNC has a great – we'll see this year because they lost a lot of talent on UNC. So this is kind of his time to shine. We'll see how much that plays effect.
College
The
football's
Texans-
back.
The college football's back, baby. They have a big game. Who do they
Yeah.
play? I forget. It's okay if you can't find it.
Vince, spin
it's
it.
some-
I'll find it.
Yep. But anyway, yeah, I think the Texans, like if they're the number one
Virginia
overall
Tech.
pick next year. Yeah, Virginia Tech. And I think it's on a Friday night
Yep.
at Va Tech.
It's this Friday night. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a good one. So we head out west and we have the Los Angeles Chargers, our first team in the West here.
They are 9.5, and I'm going over. I love this team. I love Justin Herbert. They're kind of my pet cat team this year. Derwin James being healthy, Eckler being healthy, new coaching staff. They want to prove themselves in the LA market. I love this team. I'm going over.
I love this team too. We're gonna choose our team that's not our team, but we're gonna root for them like our team next week. I'm sure that the Chargers will be in the running for one
Yes.
of those teams.
Yes.
I love it. I think Justin Herbert is this year's sophomore breakout. There seems to be one every year. I think it's him this year. I really think that they could be a good team. Keenan Allen, I think Mike Williams takes the next step. You know, he's been really consistent for a guy who had injury issues. He seems to not, knock on wood, have that many injury issues this lately. And then just health overall for the Chargers. They've always been a team capable of 11 wins.
Yep.
If they could just stay healthy, and they never do. So if they do this year, they'll just be fine.
Yep. All right, we got the Bucks, Patriots, Eagles, and Cowboys. Hey, they're the Bucks.
Perfect on the Bucks.
So the Super Bowl champion Bucks are set at 12 wins. I mean, I don't really have much. They're going to start out 1-0, so there's one there. They're in the division with the. We don't know what the Saints are going to be. Panthers, we like. They're going to get 12 wins, so I'm going over.
I'm going over as well. I think they'll be 13-4, probably rest the starters. They could probably hit 14 if they tried in week 17. They're just a complete football team.
Yep.
Probably the best wide receiver core. I keep forgetting they have Antonio Brown there.
Yeah.
And I know it's crazy, right? And then that front seven, incredible. You saw how the defense flew around in the Super Bowl against the best offense in the league. And then they have the GOAT on their team, not slowing down. I think this is a team hits 13-4 and could probably do a little bit more damage if they even had to try at the end of the season.
Agreed. All right, Vincent, does that leave the Patriots, the Cowboys, and the Eagles?
How about,
Patriots?
I was about to say, let's do the Patriots because that perfectly leaves our two teams last.
Yep. How did that happen?
That worked out very well for us on a random spin the wheel.
All right, so Patriots set at 9.5. Mac Jones is the quarterback. I like his game. I think he's going to be good. They added a lot of weapons. They're going to be better than last year, but again, they're in, the Bills are in this division now. They don't have that easy of a schedule. I'm going under. I could see them at 9 wins.
Yeah, this was the toughest one for me. I'll tell you what, Vegas knows what they're doing because just looking at all of these, I'm like, yeah, that team could be at, like this Patriots team, they could be at 10 or they could be at 9, and they're set 9.5. They have this perfect. I do think they go under. I think they're an 8 or 9 win team. Again, you know, they'll probably next year when we're doing this, they're competing for the division again and they're in the playoffs. It's tough to doubt Bill Belichick. I'm sorry that I'm doing it, but I just don't believe in the wide receivers too much, and they have a rookie quarterback.
All right, let's go Eagles. Set at 6.5.
I'm going over.
I am too.
The biggest problem with this team last year was the offensive line, the health of the offensive line, and starting a different offensive line unit every single week. It was an absolute disaster. I think with the healthy offensive line, as talented as it is, even though they're aging, that's going to push them over that 6.5 win mark. I know we don't know what Jalen Hurts is. Do I think they're a playoff team? Do I think they're a Super Bowl contender? No. But are they going to be some bottom dweller? I just don't see it. I think there's just too much talent holding out there for them to be like in that Jaguars Texans bracket where you're like, oh, could you get first overall pick? I think they're right there in the middle. My prediction on this team, they probably start out hot. They probably beat the Falcons week 1. We're all high and mighty, probably similar to Wentz's rookie year where we started 3-0. Then you start to see with a few injuries how much they lack depth and they fall off. similar season this year for the Eagles.
All right, Cowboys are sitting there at. Oh, did I give you? I said over as well. I think they're going to be better than people think. They have a lot of talent. Can they put it together? Can they stay healthy? But I think they're over the 6.5 wins. Cowboys sitting at 9. I have the under written down. I could see them sitting right at 9, but fuck this. Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, Dak is healthy. I'm going over. Just slightly over. 10, maybe 11. Probably not. They're going to start out the season 0-1, which stinks. But then they go to the Chargers too. I mean, it's just not.
And then where do they go?
Then they
Week
home against
3.
Eagles. They could be 0-3. They seriously could start the season 0-3. But we'll see.
It would be the most annoying thing for them to be 0-2, being in a must-win situation, and we get stuck with it. That'd be a real pain in the ass.
Oh God.
I have it listed as a push. I think they might be at 9-8 right there on the dot. I think they're slightly better than 500 team. They have a really good offense and a really bad defense. I think that evens out to being mediocre.
All right. Those are our over-unders. Real quick, you think we're having a bad night? My brother is stuck in his truck. He says he has tacos and apple pie, but he says, I am stuck here all night.
Because of the flood?
Yep.
That sucks. Also, Vince messaged us that there is more water on his windowsill.
Nope.
And I can hear it outside. It is once again picked up.
R.I.P. to Vince.
R.I.P. to Vince.
He's going to flood from the 15th floor.
And his screaming cat.
Meow. All right. So those were the over-unders. And now, one of the most fun parts of the show that we had in our first offseason last year was the division winners. We're going to go through each division and pick our division winners, and we're going to be held accountable for these. Do we want to have some sort of like competition where the winner gets something or the loser has to do something with the most wins and losses?
That works for me. Yeah. Vince has again suggested the Ed Hardy shirt bet. If Vince would like to buy an Ed Hardy shirt, I don't know where to purchase them at this day and age. It is no longer 2007. I don't know where you can buy one. If you would like to do that, though, Vince, one of us will wear it on set. Also, am I allowed to say where I could wear it? Like what we're going to be doing? Or should we save? I'll save it for next week. I'm teasing it for next week.
Yeah.
I think next week's the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
So we will wear it at a very important location.
Yes.
At a very important time for Vince, depending on who does the best.
Works for me. All right, Vince. Let's go division by division. Let's pull these bad boys up.
All right.
We're not going records. We're just division winners.
Division winners. All right. I think it's best to probably start with the AFC East there.
Yep.
Vince has it up on the screen. Let's start in the East. The AFC East. Kevin, would you like to go first? Would you like me to go first?
I got
we
it.
can rotate it. You want to
go? Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. I love this team, even though they don't like the getting vaccinated. But that's a whole nother story for another day. We'll see about that ability turning into availability during the season. But Allen took the next step. He is a bona fide MVP candidate. Stephon Diggs brought him to that next level. Now that they have a full year under their belt, I think they're only going to be better together. The defense loves to just ball out. I love this team. I love when Buffalo is good. When Buffalo is good, it is good for the NFL. Give me the Buffalo Bills winning the NFC East for the second year in a row.
I have the Bills winning the AFC East as well, like you mentioned with Josh Allen. And even if he takes like a bit of regression, this team can still survive that. They force a lot of turnovers on defense. Stephon Diggs has proven to be one of these top 10 receivers in the league. The offensive line plays well. Shout out to my guy, Deion Dawkins there. And then, again, the Bills fans, I love them. If they have to rebuild the stadium, I hope and pray one of the options is playing at Penn State. Please bring Bills Mafia down to State College, Pennsylvania. I would love to go to a Bills game at Beaver Stadium. It would be fantastic. I'm all in on the Bills. I hope they make a Super Bowl this year and win it this time,
Yes.
because the 4 straight was a little bit tough.
There's a couple of those dates up here, right here.
Yeah.
All right. The AFC West. We got the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Chargers. You got this one first, my friend.
You want to say it at the same time?
Yeah, sure.
All
1,
right, ready?
2, 3. Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yes. We both love the Chargers, right? I think the Broncos could be better, but I mean, no.
No. Yeah, I mean, this is the Chiefs division until 2030.
Yeah,
We're
literally.
going to be doing the same thing for years.
Yep.
Like, this is just their division. As long as Mahomes is Mahomes and they have Andy Reid and they have all this talent, this is just how it's going to be. The Chargers could be 11-7 this year. We love
Easily.
the way that they look. Or I'm sorry, 11-6. I suck at math. I'm sorry. It's the Temple education showing. But yeah, the Chiefs are the Chiefs.
And I get to watch them play in Philadelphia this year, October 3rd, which I'm very excited about.
That should be very exciting. That should be. I doubt that we win that game, but I would like to at least keep it close.
Yeah.
Make it fun.
I would love. I just can't wait to see like the speed of Tyreek Hill in person and Mahomes in person.
Yeah. Don't the Chiefs feel like a team where you watch them on TV and you can kind of tell that they're fast?
Yes.
And then when you see them in person, you're like, whoa, this team is clearly
Yes.
on another level than the team that they're playing against.
And I can't wait to see it. I just
Yep.
can't wait. All right. AFC North. Oof, all right. Ravens, Bengals, Browns, and Steelers.
To you, can I ask a question before we go?
Mhm.
Was this the toughest one to you?
Yes.
It was to me as well.
Ah.
If we were an AFC North podcast, we wouldn't be done,
Be done in 15 minutes.
because this would take a while to figure out.
Because I could make a case for 3 out of the 4 of these teams.
Yes. Also, Jamar Chase possibly being bad just breaks my heart.
Dude. They're just trying to give him a screen pass, open the game to try it, and just nope.
Yeah.
He's got the complete yips.
What did he do for a year?
He landed in Cincinnati.
I guess. Wow. It was not good.
Can you imagine Joe Burrow right now? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm getting killed because we drafted this kid and now he sucks. And that is rough.
Even though, have you seen which rookie offensive lineman has been graded out the worst so far in preseason?
I did not. Who was it?
Peony Swell. Cox.
John Slater's killing it, right?
Yeah. He's
Charger.
hurt right now. He has a little back injury. They said it's nothing too serious, but they're just being very,
So am I, and I'm here doing my job.
So am I. I got stim on my back. Yeah, we're here.
Oh, I need the massage gun so bad once we're done.
You got to go on Amazon and get a electric stim machine. They're not that expensive. Little thing. You put the electrodes on your back. Oh.
Is this the one that'll give you like the suction cup things? Because that freaks me out.
No. It's just like they're the little pads and you just put them on.
Oh, are they those little circle things? They look like the bread of the skin of Christ, and they hand you the little piece of bread at the
and it has a
church.
little line come. Yeah, and then you turn it and you'll just be sitting there and you can turn it up and all of a sudden you're just like,
oh yeah, they did that to my ankle. It was wild.
It's
Feels
amazing.
nice though. It does work.
It's amazing.
It does sometimes it rips the hair off your leg when you have it on your leg.
Yeah.
They put it on my calf muscle. So that kind of sucked. But I guess on your back, it's a little bit different.
It's great. All right. So back to the AFC North.
I was buying time. I don't know who to pick.
Neither do I. So let's just talk this out together.
Okay.
The Browns should be really good this year, right?
Yes.
But do you trust them?
No.
The Steelers have the ability to be good again, but do you trust them?
Yes.
The Ravens.
I trust them not to be bad. I don't know if I trust them enough to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
I trust that they will be a good team.
Yes. The Ravens are just a good organization. They have a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson's a stud. That running game should continue to be good, even though they lost Dobbins. All right, so I'm removing the Bengals and I'm removing the Steelers in contention for me.
All right.
So that leaves me the Ravens and the Browns. The Ravens have more of a history I feel like I can trust the Ravens more, but I think this Browns team is going to be fun. It's just, can I trust Baker Mayfield to win the division?
This is another 3 playoff team division, isn't it?
Mhm.
It might be.
Should be.
Should be. Unless we think that the Chargers
Mm.
kind of the Chargers, Titans, Colts. Wow, this is tough.
I'm going Browns.
I've had Ravens in my head for weeks. It scares me a little bit that Lamar Jackson has had COVID 42 times and like doesn't seem to be getting it. And they
What
could
does
lose
he
him
not get
for-
the antibodies after he gets it? Like,
I don't know. But am I wrong? He's had it
Yeah.
like 42 times.
Yeah.
It's always the same. So that worries me. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm pressing the button. I'm going back to old reliable.
all right.
I'm saying the Steelers.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, I'm going Steelers. I think with Najee Harris in the backfield, I think like their problem was they had no running game last year. It was very clear by the end of the season what their game plan was, that Ben couldn't throw it long and they couldn't run the ball. So it was going to be 60 quick screen passes. I don't think that's the offense this year. The defense has remained the same. I guess they lost Bud Dupree, but he got hurt at the end of the last season anyway. I'm going with the Steelers.
Damn. Okay.
In case of emergency, gold with O reliable, which has
Break glass.
always been my entire lifetime, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
In case of emergency, break glass, grab terrible towel.
Yes. I'm sorry. It's just like the Browns. It's just you get used to something, and
I know.
you can't break those habits in your brain.
I know.
I've just seen the Browns fail so many times, and I don't have anything against the Browns, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, strike 3. It's hard for me to trust them.
I'm
Great
sticking with it.
division.
I'm sticking with it. It scares me. All right. AFC South. We can take the Texans and the Jags right out of the equation. So,
Wonder what the odds are on them winning the division. Got to be what, like plus
8,000 to
2,000?
1.
Yeah.
All right. I love the Colts. We've talked about that. I think they're gonna be over. I really do think Carson Wentz is gonna bounce back this season. But I mean, Derrick Henry, that defense, AJ Brown. I'm gonna go with the Titans again.
I have to go with Colts based solely on agenda.
Okay. That works good for content wise. We don't want to agree on everything.
That's true. Although we tend to do so.
Yes, we do. I love in our bio, it's like the only place you'll get these two fans sparring with each other.
Yeah, verbal sparring. And then I'll be like, oh, come on. I'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes a good point. Oh, yeah, you make a good point. Oh, let's make out.
All right. Let's switch over to the NFC. We'll start in the NFC South and work our way and finish with the grand finale with the NFC East. So the NFC South, we got the Falcons, the Panthers, the Saints, and the Bucks. You just want to do this together?
Let's do it. Let's knock it out.
1, 2, 3, Bucks.
Bucks.
Yes.
Easy money.
We don't know what the Saints are either. I think Jameis has a chance to throw for a zillion yards this year now that he has LASIK and he can see. Falcons stink, and the Panthers are going to be good, but none of them are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah. Yep. Just not complete enough teams yet.
All right. NFC North, Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings. Don't remind me who I picked last year, Aiden.
Kevin, it's redemption time for you. I would like you to give your pick. Please do it. You have the floor. This is the time to redeem yourself. All yours.
Last year, you asked me. You begged me. You pleaded with me not to do it. And I did it. I picked Kirk Cousins and the Vikings to win the division, and that did not work out well for me. Aaron Rodgers just went on to an MVP season. Not making that mistake again. The Lions, they're just going to be biting kneecaps off. The Bears are apparently starting Andy Dalton over Justin Fields, which is mind-blowing. But I'm going with Old Faithful here, Old Reliable. Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the warpath this year, especially after what happened all offseason. He was amazing in the match. He can golf. He can do it all. I'm never counting him out ever again in my life. Green Bay Packers win the division.
We all watched The Last Dance when we were in quarantine. Did that documentary end with the Chicago Bulls losing enough to be in the lottery and not making the playoffs and not making a championship run?
Hell no.
Or did they run the table and win one last time?
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams have decided this is their version of The Last Dance. So guess what? They're probably going to win the AFC North again on the way. I have the Packers again as long as Aaron Rodgers is there.
I'm excited because I have them both in fantasy too. All right. This is a fun one too here.
Yes, it is.
NFC West, Cardinals, who we love, the Rams, the Niners, and the Seahawks. I'm going to let you go first here because I don't want to.
Okay, I'm fairly confident in my pick. I think the entire division is probably the strongest in terms of top 4 teams.
Yes.
Because I think the Cardinals will be good. And then obviously the other 3, the 49ers, if healthy, I think are going to be a very good football team. But I'm going with the Rams. They finally have the quarterback they want in Matt Stafford. This is kind of Matt Stafford's one true shining moment to finally have a playoff run, finally have a Super Bowl push. All those years in Detroit where he balled out, but the team around him was bad. No more excuses there. This is a very complete football team on both sides of the ball. I think that the Rams win the division.
Could not agree with you more. Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf may have something to say about this, because they always just find ways to win double digits every season. But yeah. I think the Rams defense, Aaron Donald is a beast, Jalen Ramsey. And this team has to win and has to win soon because they're in salary cap hell, basically, coming up. They made a very under-the-radar trade getting Sony Michel, which I think is going to be phenomenal for their offense.
They needed it, too, after Cam Akers.
They did, big time. I love Matthew Stafford in this offense. He has been so good for so long and just being eaten alive by Detroit. So freeing Matt Stafford, bringing him to LA, I think they're going to be a very, very good team. And they're going to win a very, very tough division.
Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath. Also, side note, because we're getting into our last division, I think everyone can guess what that is. I'm watching the Weather Channel here. We've made it to the national news. They are showing Bucks County, and the threat is listed as catastrophic.
Right, right now?
Yes.
I live in Bucks County.
You are at a catastrophic threat.
Where in Bucks County are you?
Wherever the Weather Channel takes me. Now the Bronx is getting hit by a tornado. This is literally the plot the day after tomorrow.
Yes, literally.
If you wake up and can't listen to this because the entire U.S. Froze over,
I'll be walking to you.
Yep. Please do.
Snowshoes.
Great Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
That was a good movie.
I like that one a lot.
I did too. All right, we're cruising along here. Last division, NFC East.
Vince, bring us big for this one. If you could, please. Thank you, sir.
I don't want
also, Vince, let us know that Jacksonville plus 650, Houston plus 3,000 to win the division. They are in serious trouble down in Houston.
Oh, God. All right. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. I have an idea of what your answer is going to be, so I'll go first. Because even though, as you can tell, I do have the Eagles banner behind me. I have the Brian Dawkins poster behind me. I have the Eagles hat on with me right now. I don't believe that it'll be our year. But that's okay. Because go in with the lowest expectations possible, and you might actually get to enjoy yourself once or twice along the way, which is what we never get to do in Philadelphia. But I think this comes down to the Cowboys and the Washington football team. We know the Giants are going at 0-17 because they have a loser as a head coach. The only thing holding me back from just flat out saying Washington football team is the fact that the teams in this division never repeat as division champions. And Washington technically won a year ago. Mm-hmm. So that has me on the Cowboys. But as badly as I want to say the Cowboys, I still think this is Washington football team. I think they're the first repeat champion in quite some time, since I believe the Eagles in 03 and 04 were the last team to do it. I'm with Washington football team. We talked about it all last year. If they could just get a semblance of stability at the quarterback position, they would be okay. They got it in Ryan Fitzpatrick. They have a great defense. Antonio Gibson should take off this year. I like Washington football team to repeat in the NFC East.
So I love Washington too. The defense is just, that defensive line is another world, another level. Who's that cornerback? They and another receiver. Like they just made a lot of moves to go along with Scary Terry and Gibson, and then they got Fitzpatrick, who you never know what you're going to get with him. He's not stability. He's the opposite of that.
He's more stable than Alex Smith on one leg.
Yes.
He's more stable than Dwayne Haskins. Who is the kid that they started in the playoff game? Taylor Heineke.
Yep. Who was pretty damn good in that game.
He was, but it was also probably a flash lightning. Even if you get Helter Skelter Ryan Fitzpatrick, which you probably will get, that's better than what you got before.
But I think this Cowboys defense is going to be better than people think. Micah Parsons is going to be rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year.
I'm in on that.
CeeDee Lamb is going to ball his ass out, and I think so is Amari. As long as Dak stays healthy, he's the best quarterback in the division. And that means something. Quarterback play means so much. But Washington's...
You're really struggling with this right here.
I am. Because I don't want to pick Dallas, because that's not my move. Like, that's not the fan I am. That's not... But I'm going to pick Dallas. I'm going to pick Dallas.
Do it.
I'm picking Dallas. I picked them over. I'm picking the Cowboys to win. It means they're going to win 3 games this season. So
no, believe. You got to believe.
All right, Ted Lasso.
You should.
All right, Ted Lasso. Cowboys win the division. I think it's close. Could come down to week 18. Dallas wins the division.
I believe in you, brother.
I believe in
Not that much, but
enough.
Enough. I think you are of the teams, you are the least evil, meaning you have the most talent.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Right in the heart. See. I feel like we've been talking for like 4 hours. My throat hurts.
Well, that's because we couldn't start the show on time, because every time we tried to, there was a natural disaster occurring.
Sure. And now I'm living in the catastrophic atmosphere.
So I think we'll wrap up here soon. We got one thing left to go. We got our TikTok. We want to bring Vince in here. Again, reminder, follow at Birds vs. Boys Pod on Twitter. Retweet. You'll see the tweet. We keep retweeting it and it's pinned. And follow, tag a friend. You can put yourself in the running for Offensive Rookie of the Year jersey, Devontae Smith, and Defensive Rookie of the Year jersey,
how about
Micah Parsons. And then also branded sports _ the new account, because we were suspended on the previous one. And you could win $500 or a trip to see the Cowboys and the Eagles, who we were just talking about. Let's bring Vince in for our last segment here. We've got a TikTok, some news not pertaining to the NFC East, but maybe it does. Maybe it does. We did the over-under win total for the Patriots this year. That'll be with Mac Jones leading the way. That means Cam Newton is gone. Gone from New England, gone from the Patriots, and long gone from Carolina. So we are doing top 3 destinations for Cam Newton. Are you guys ready?
I am.
Now,
are we just doing 3 in general, or are we doing 3 down to 1? Like, meaning like three good choices, or are you going from like 3, 2, and then 1 is your choice that you think he should go to the most?
I think do whatever your heart tells you to do.
Yeah, you do it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm still gonna number them. I'm still gonna number them 3 to 1 because that's what we do.
Yeah.
But I think whatever you actually do is up to you, and do whatever your heart tells you to do.
That's like, you ever been at work and you do the same function every single day, and then like one day you just have like a brain fart and you're like, wait,
Yep.
What process do I do here again?
Oh, yeah.
What spreadsheet am I supposed to be in?
Sometimes that's just
I
like
think that just happened to get
walking.
Yeah, that too.
All right, Aiden.
All right,
You
I'm
have the
starting
floor.
at 3. Three, I have the Seahawks. I think Cam Newton would be a Pete Carroll guy. They probably need a backup for Russell Wilson. He stayed healthy, but he does get beat up behind that offensive line a lot. So at 3, I have Cam Newton for the Seahawks.
Oh, thanks, Doc. 3 for me, I have the New Orleans Saints. I think if they got another quarterback in there behind Jameis, they can let that offense just fly. I just feel like there's not behind Jameis, there's Hill's not just a quarterback. They can let him do all the other things he does. Play fullback, play running back, play receiver, play tight end, and they can let him play more free and knowing that Cam's behind him. So I think New Orleans would be a good fit. They need another actual quarterback there.
At 3, I have more of a – I don't think this happens by week 1. I think this is more of if no one picks him up and like halfway through the year. I have the Washington football team. I think Ron Rivera can bring him back in. He won an MVP with him. He went to the Super Bowl with him. And I think Ryan Fitzpatrick is very old. He can get hurt very easily. I think he's going to give you a consistent play all year. I don't think he gets benched. But I think if he gets even a little bit hurt, it's Cam time.
I actually like that pick. All right, at 2, I have the Atlanta Falcons. Is there ever a good backup for Matt Ryan? I think I could just leave it there.
Matt Schaub, baby.
Matt Schwab has been his backup forever, who recently retired. It's just amazing. So at 2, I have the Falcons. And Cam's an Atlanta guy. That would make sense.
2, I have the Detroit Lions. What do they have there? Tell me.
Nothing. So why would Cam show up?
Why would he not get paid?
True.
You never know what they're going to be. You never know what Dan Campbell. I could just see him being like, "Yeah, we're going to run the ball. We want to bite kneecaps off." He ran for 600 yards and 12 touchdowns from the quarterback position last year. He's my type of guy. Watch that. I could see him in that Detroit blue dancing.
2 for me is a bit of a reach as my dog loses her mind behind me. Sorry. It's a bit of a reach because it'd be kind of crazy, but they're starting Teddy Bridgewater, so I have the Denver Broncos. I think Super Bowl 50 makes this a little bit of predicament, maybe some drama. I don't know if the fans would want him there. I don't know if he would want to be there, but they're starting Teddy Bridgewater. I think if you bring Cam in, they're not dissimilar from each other, so you can keep Teddy as a backup or have Cam be the backup. But, I mean, if they're starting Teddy Bridgewater and their other choice was Paxton Lynch, what was it? Drew, whatever. It's the same dude, different font.
Yep.
It's I think they're in trouble with the quarterback position. I think Cam could help them out.
I agree there, too. All right, and then at 1, I have the Texans because if not him, then who? I know they're going to start Tyrod Taylor. That team is a disaster. They could only improve talent-wise. You can only go up from here. You could give a flyer on Cam, and who cares? Because what else are you going to do?
Houston Texans at 1. Has to be. Like you said, if not him, then who?
Yeah, so I had the Eagles at 1 just because of the quarterback factor this year, I guess. Howie admitted to it, which was so annoying, and they just keep bringing in quarterbacks. But I had to get it has to be the Texans. Making these lists were fun, but I feel like the Texans is all but sealed.
He's going to look so ugly in that jersey.
Yeah. He's too fast to be in that navy blue.
37-10, too. It's less cool.
Nope. It's going to be terrible. All right. That's our TikTok. That's our show. I'm going to try and get through this catastrophic storm.
If you do, and when we do, next time you hear our voices, it will be a preview show for the NFL Week 1. It probably is going to be the most important technical notes that we have ever done next week, just to tease what is coming.
So much happening.
Yeah, I was about to say, the technical notes might take up literally the first hour of the show, just to explain everything that's going on. So we will get into it in Week 1. We also be debuting the new schedule format. for next year. I think we touched on it before, but it's good for a reminder. And like we said, just a lot of technical notes, I guess, is the best way to put it right now.
Cowboys will be playing on Thursday night. Show will be released that day. Go out, get yourself some stateside vodka to enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Sit by the pool, sit by the beach, watch a whole lot of college football this weekend. And there's nothing better to do than drink stateside vodka while you're watching college football this weekend, correct?
So back.
We're all the way back.
Everything's back except for my back.
On that note,
Chris Hansen here, and I'm going to need you all to take a seat right over there and check out Birds versus Boys.
I think you're completely right here, and I hate it.
Yep. Hey, idiots. Stop doing dumb things.
I got 2 phones.
Upset alert. Upset alert. I might go insane.
I think you're already there.
There's no hope. Hope is gone.
If this was an AFC North podcast, we'd be done in 15 minutes.
Bob Hope.
I'm going to drink bleach.
That is
the team you promised me you were going to be this year!
This is the Consciously Hopeful podcast.
I'll be watching.